What is going on, everyone? My name is Under the Radar, and welcome to kind of a new thing that I want to try to bring to the channel a little bit more often now that I'm done with finals. I have winter break to think about, and I'm getting a new computer here pretty soon. I kind of want to get back into some steady uploads, and the main thing that I really want to start bringing back before Draft League stuff comes back is I really want to get into VGC. So I'm going to bring you guys the first team that I built for VGC 2017. Very interesting format compared to last season, or last year's, so I'm really interested in it. But if you guys want to know more about like what's legal in VGC, what's not legal in VGC, I'm going to leave a couple of links down in the description to some really good YouTubers and some really good forums that have everything that's legal and everything like that, so you guys can check that out for yourself, and you guys might be able to build a team along with me. Give me some suggestions, give me a couple shout outs on how to fix some stuff, and that'd be really cool. But today I'm going to be talking about the first team that I built, and I wanted to use some stuff that I figured wouldn't be super meta. I mean, Celesteela is everywhere right now. Tapus are everywhere right now. Ultra Beasts, Xurkitree, and Garchomp. That's pretty much the majority of what VGC 2017 is right now. There's a couple of weather teams, and there's some Trick Room teams with like Torkoal and Oranguru and Drampa. So I had to keep that in mind in building this team to be able to take care of those. But the main thing I wanted to do is I kind of wanted to take care of the big threats, and if you take care of the big threats, I figured I'd get some really good insight on what else I need to prepare for with this team. And overall, I think this team actually works out pretty freaking well. The first mon that I put on this VGC team, actually before I go into the mons, after I do this team builder, this will be going up on Tuesday. Thursday and Saturday I'll be going on BattleSpot, and I'll be doing some stuff there for you guys to see. Hopefully my computer can handle it. If not, I know I'm getting a new computer for Christmas, and then after Christmas, like, everything will be like super clean because I'm getting a gaming computer. Anyway, the first mon that I decided to put on the team was actually TOGEDEMARU. Now, I know you're gonna be thinking like, why would you put on TOGEDEMARU? Why would you do that? That's pretty stupid. Well, its typing is really unique. Like, Tapu Koko cannot touch this thing with the Assault Vest. As you can see, I'm running the Assault Vest with Fake Out, U-Turn, Poison Jab, and Zing Zap, max speed, max attack. Max speed, there's actually a reason for it. I hate using max speed things in VGC, but I don't have to. I like to speed creep, and I like to make things live as many hits as possible. But with 96 base speed, it outspeeds Tapu Lele by 1 point, so I do have to run max speed in order to do that, and I also have to run max attack in order to 2-hit KO with Poison Jab after a Fake Out. So that is why I have max speed and max attack on this thing, 4 in HP to make it an odd number of HP. Fake Out plus Poison Jab takes care of the majority of the Tapus. Fake Out plus Poison Jab Okos Tapu Bulu. Poison Jab 2-hit KOs Tapu Lele and Tapu Koko. And Zing Zap actually does more to Tapu Fini than Poison Jab would, because its stab has a chance to flinch, all that fun stuff. But realistically, this is a very good switch into Tapu Koko. Tapu Koko and Xurkitree right now are very common. Their hard-hitting electric type moves, especially under electric terrain, are extremely threatening, and unless they're running Discharge, they can't touch your side of the field as long as TOGEDEMARU is on the field because of its ability Lightning Rod. With the Assault Vest, I'm actually able to take a lot of hits from things like Pelipper in the rain. I can take Scalds pretty well, Zing Zap it, and it does a lot of damage. Things like Golduck, you can live a lot of hits from that too. And other Ultra Beasts can't really touch this thing. Like, if it's a Pheromosa, but it doesn't have Focus Blast, it actually cannot touch this thing at all. So it's really cool. And if it's special without Focus Blast, it can't touch this thing. Like Bug Buzz, Protect, U-Turn, and like Ice Beam or something like that cannot touch this set. So that's really cool, and Fake Out does a lot of damage to it. Things like Nihilego can't touch it. It does a lot of damage to it. And with Zing Zap, it actually is really good to help take on Celesteela, because Celesteela is a massive cunt. I hate that thing. I hate facing it. I hate using it. I hate it. And Zing Zap actually is really useful because it can have a chance to flinch, and unless it's running like Flamethrower or Earthquake, it cannot touch this thing. So it's actually really good. Does about 30% depending on the spread of the Celesteela. A lot of them are running Spadef right now to take on certain hits from like Tapu Koko, Magnezone, and Xurkitree. But that's pretty much the TOGEDEMARU set. I think it's extremely unique right now. It does a lot of checks. It does a lot of checking to the main threats in the meta right now. The second mon that I decided that I really wanted to use was actually Oricorio Fire. I don't know what the actual name for it is, like the Oricorio, what form it is, but it might be like salsa or whatever, but it's the fire one. And I'm running it with a choice scarf. Now, I know that sounds really weird to run a choice mon in VGC, but the more and more I use this mon, I like this being paired up with TOGEDEMARU as a lead. And whenever I have this thing let off, if I want to... So I ran into a lot of scenarios where my opponents let off with like a Xurkitree or a Tapu Koko or something like that, and I needed to have that fake out damage plus 2 hits from Oricorio to kill it. Same thing with being able to outspeed things like Pheromosa. You can outspeed other Scarfers, like if it's a Scarf Buzzwole for some odd reason. 2-hit KOs Celesteela if it's physically defensive. I have U-turn on there to gain me some momentum, so in case I don't like the matchup, I can get off a free fake out with if I lead off with TOGEDEMARU, get a U-turn out, and I can get off some really good momentum into my other mons in the back, which are actually a lot more meta than these. I have Air Slash and Hurricane. Air Slash is there for accuracy, even though it's still 95% accurate, or I think it's 95, might be 90. Nope, 95. I'm so good at this game. And Hurricane is there for the pure power. With what's it called? Pelipper and Politoed both being legal with Drizzle in this form of VGC. I think it's extremely important to have that power move just in case you're in the back and you need it. Especially with Choice Scarf, you outspeed Pelipper even if it is Choice Scarf, and you can hit it with a Hurricane and it does a lot of damage. It's very, very simple to explain this thing. It's mainly there to check things like Pheromosa, Buzzwole, Celesteela, give me some momentum. It hurts Tapu Bulu a lot. It also outspeeds Tapu Koko, and it does a lot of damage to Tapu Koko as well. And some of the other bulkier mons in the format right now, it actually does a lot of damage to them as well. So once I had my two like anti-meta meme things that I wanted to try to use in VGC, I actually went on to Tapu Bulu. Now, Tapu Bulu, it's... I don't want to say it's the best Tapu because I think Tapu Lele is, but in general, it's my favorite and it's the best for me. And I'm actually running a very, very bulky, physically defensive Tapu Bulu. Protect, Horn Leech, Mega Horn, and Leech Seed. I think Leech Seed is extremely important right now just because with Grassy Terrain, Leftovers, and Leech Seed, this thing can actually gain a lot of its health back and it can live forever and it can be annoying as hell. It walls Garchomp to hell and back unless it has Poison Jab, which, by the way, it takes Garchomp needs at least 3 moves and Protect in order to be considered useful, and I think Poison Jab has to be that 3rd move if it's Stone Edge or if it's like Swords Dance or like Z Sandstorm or something like that. Cannot touch Tapu Bulu, and it actually beats a 1v1 with the likes of Leech Seed plus Horn Leech and things like that. But physically defensive is there mainly to try to wall some of the physical threats. Like it's so weird because the main physical threats that are going to be around actually hit Tapu Bulu extremely hard, but it lives it pretty well, gets off some really good damage, can heal up itself with Horn Leech. And the main thing that Tapu Bulu brings to the table for this team is actually Leech Seed support. Being able to have this thing out, Leech Seed, Grassy Terrain, and then go into something like Steelachew, or Steelachew, it's TOGEDEMARU, is actually really, really useful for the entire team. And for the last 3 mons on the team, it's extremely critical. But I really, really like this thing. Also, Mega Horn is there mainly for the bulky psychic types, like Tapu Lele, because Horn Leech actually doesn't, like if I'm out of Grassy Terrain, Mega Horn does a whole lot, and Mega Horn is extremely powerful. The 4th mon that I wanted to add to the team was actually another check to the Tapus, just because I was a little worried about them, and I wanted another check to Garchomp, because Garchomp is a little scary right now. And before I go into this mon, let me just say I don't think Scarf Garchomp will be good in this meta. Like, I think having too many fairies around, it can't lock itself to a dragon type move. Having Tapu Bulu around, it can't lock itself into Earthquake. And if you lock yourself into Poison Jab, you can't touch Celesteela. Or if you lock yourself into Fire Fang, you can't touch Tapu Fini or anything like that. So I don't think Scarf Garchomp is going to be good. And because I think Scarf Garchomp isn't going to be that good, I went with Nihilego. It outspeeds Garchomp by 1 point. Oh, also, I forgot to mention why I have Oricorio. Oricorio's max speed, because there's a base 92 mon out right now that I can't think of off the top of my head. Or, no. Max speed allows me to outspeed Pheromosa by 1 point, I believe. I believe that's what it is. I think max speed allows me not speed Pheromosa by 1 point. Sorry about that. But I have my Nihilego. I have max speed so I can outspeed Garchomp because Garchomp is base 102. Nihilego is base 103. So max speed to outspeed it. I have Sludge Bomb, Power Gem, Hidden Power, Ice, and Protect. If Garchomp has a Yachi Berry, this thing isn't the best idea for it. However, I still do have Tapu Bulu to help take care of it. I have Choice Scarf Oricorio. So I just have another check for it all around. But Sludge Bomb is extremely good with all of the fairies running around right now. The Tapus are the big ones. Like Tapu Lele right now is actually, Tapu Fini is a pretty big deal for this team right now. Granted, I do have Tapu Bulu and Togedemaru, but with Sludge Bomb, like, it completely negates Tapu Fini from ever wanting to come, and that means that Oricorio has a lot more fun against teams. But with Sludge Bomb and Power Gem, it actually does a whole lot of damage to teams. Tapu Bulu is instantly scared away. Power Gem scares away most bug types that want to come, or fire types that would like to come. And then Protect is there, obviously, just for Protect. Everything has to run Protect in VGC, pretty much. So that isn't a Scruff user or an AV user. I'm running Life Orb because I don't think Focus Sash is very useful. With how fast it is, it outspeeds a lot of the meta. It outspeeds almost everything aside from Choice Scarfers. And having that extra power is extremely, extremely important. I kind of sort of wish I could run something else like Black Sludge, but as you know by Nihilego's very poor base defense, Black Sludge isn't going to be very useful if I'm going up against something like a Garchomp with Earthquake. Like, it's not going to protect anything. Even Sugar Berry actually doesn't really help it that much, so I did play around with Sugar Berry for a little bit, but overall I really like the power of Life Orb. And I don't think Expert Belt is actually good enough to throw on this thing because it doesn't hit everything super effectively. It just hits everything very hard. But yeah, especially if you get up a Beast Boost, this thing hits extremely hard. I really, really like it. Now, I've been talking a lot about how Garchomp is a massive threat, so why would I not bring it myself if it's a massive threat? I'm bringing a Garchomp with a Roselli Berry. Again, bringing a Roselli Berry because the fairy types in this format are extremely annoying, and while I do have Tapu Bulu, I wanted to be able to have an Earthquake user, very, very hard-hitting Earthquake user, to be able to abuse Grassy Terrain, like, not being up. And with Dragon Claw, Protect, Earthquake, and Poison Jab, as I said, I think Poison Jab is the best third move on this thing. Hits a lot of the format very, very hard. Max speed to speed tie with other Garchomps. I don't want to lose that. I don't want to be in a position to where I instantly lose that speed tie just because I don't run max speed. I really like Garchomp. Roselli Berry is extremely important, I feel, in the meta right now, especially with like Tapu Koko running around with Dazzling Gleam. They think they can do a lot of damage to you. Pop a Roselli Berry, click Poison Jab, and kill it. So, really, really like this Garchomp spread. Well, not the EV spread, like the Roselli Berry plus these 4 moves. I think it's extremely, extremely cool. Then the final mon that I'm actually going to be bringing this week, or this, like, I might do 2 weeks with the team. I'll see how I like it, but I really, really like this team. That is going to be starting with a Cobra Berry. I'm not sure how I feel about Cobra Berry just yet. I really like it because things like Scizor with Brutal Swing are popular and other things like that, and I can live a Dark type move pretty easily. Trying to think of other things that I've seen in Dark type coverage. Off the top of my head, I can't think of anything right now, but being able to live a Dark type hit is extremely important. I might change this to a Tanga Berry, so I can live a hit from Pheromosa, Buzzwole, Scizor. Actually, yeah, I'm changing it to a Tanga Berry. Yeah, I'm going to change it to a Tanga Berry. But I'm running enough speed to outspeed base 112s, which, if I'm not mistaken, in VGC right now, there is one thing at base 112, and that's Lycanroc. Lycanroc isn't extremely prevalent right now, however, with like a taunt lead set, I think it could be pretty useful. So I'm actually running enough speed to outspeed that with Scald Psyshock. Psyshock is there mainly to hit Nihilego on its weaker defense. It also hits Tapu Fini on what it normally doesn't run. It normally likes to run like a bulkier Calm Mind set, and with Psyshock I can actually slow it on its physical defense as it likes to run Calm Mind. Protect, Recover, like to be healthy. But that is pretty much the team. I really, really like this team. It's very, very unique right now, and I think not many people have thought of like Togedemaru plus Oricorio together. But that is going to be pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope you did enjoy this little team builder for it. If you did, make sure you leave a like down below for me. Also, make sure you go into the comment section and leave me some suggestions as to what you guys would like to see me use in upcoming videos. I will always take things into consideration and try to build around stuff. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you keep an eye out for the battle spot stuff that will be coming up. But I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here now. I hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.